Well folks, it's been a while since I did my last video. Hopefully I'm going to be back again. And I think it's a perfect time to kind of get back in the swing of making videos. I want to do another top 10 anime I'll be watching for the summer 2019 season. We're going to say goodbye to a pretty decent season. I didn't think it was the best, but I really think that the summer season is going to be the best of the entire year. 2 excellent shows, but I'll cover those later. Anyway, let's not waste any time and get straight into it. Number 10. Enin no Shobotai, or otherwise known as Fire Force. Now, to be clear, I have read the manga for Fire Force, and unfortunately, I did drop the series. There's a few different reasons for that. I won't really get into, obviously, for spoiler reasons. Now, I will say that it does have a somewhat interesting premise. Basically, this is an alternate Earth, and people have developed the ability to manipulate fire in different capacities. The story follows a young boy named Shinra Kusakabe, and basically he joins up with this elite firefighting squad, whose task is to stop random humans who have become uncontrollable fire demons. Apparently, some humans who can control fire will somehow basically explode or combust, and they become like fire zombies, fire demons, however you want to describe them. And his task, or this fire squadron's task, is to basically destroy these fire demons. Now, you might also, as I'm showing the trailer, you might recognise the artwork from another popular series. And of course, it's known as Soul Eater. To be fair, I know this is going to be controversial. I'm not a huge fan of Soul Eater. I know, it's an unpopular opinion. I know that I just did not dig Soul Eater at all. So, I don't think that helped my enjoyment of Fire Force either. As a fact, I'm not a big fan of this particular mangaka's writing style. My hope is that seeing the anime could kind of bring me back into picking up the series again. I'm hoping, like very much with Kimetsu no Yaiba, where I kind of put it on hold, saw the anime, really enjoyed it, really enjoying the anime. I'm hoping that's a similar situation that happens here. Don't have high hopes for this anime at all. Number 9. Tri-Knights. The story follows Riku Haramura as he enters high school, and he witnesses a training session involving a rugby team. Now, apparently, Riku was once a very passionate player when it comes to rugby, but basically he found himself unable to keep up with the larger, faster players. I can relate to that. Now, this is until one of the players, Akira Kariya, gives him some advice which kind of inspires him to try rugby one more time before he finishes high school. Now, this anime is a bit more of a personal choice for myself, so I can understand if people are kind of not keen on this. Obviously, I'm not a fan of rugby. I'm a fan of rugby league, but I am curious to see Japan's take on the sport of rugby. So you don't get a lot of rugby anime, so there's a bit of personal curiosity there. Its genre as a sport high school series. Wait. Oh, shit. Number 8. A Certain Scientific Accelerator. I would be lying if I said I was hyped for this series. Even though I'm a huge fan of the mainline series of A Certain Scientific Railgun, Magical Index, watching an entire show based on, our favourite superpowered crazy boy Accelerator doesn't really catch me, if I'm being honest. Now, the story does sound interesting. Basically, what I could gather from the synopsis was that, Accelerator, finds himself dragged into a conflict against this new sinister organisation. Another one for the Index series. Shocking. It's called Disciplinary Action. I love the names for their groups. They're always hilarious. Which plots to obviously use Last Order for a dangerous mission. I don't know what this entails. I don't know whether or not she's going to be kidnapped in the series or he's going to have to bodyguard her through it. I don't know. Doesn't sound particularly fancy, and I've heard that the spin-off series aren't as good as the mainline, so we'll have to see about that. Hopefully this anime can deliver the goods, but I'm very hesitant about it. It's obviously genred as school, superpowered shonen, so we'll see how we go. Number 7, BEM. Now, seeing the trailer for this anime, it caught my eye immediately. Good trailer. Now, I know that trailers can be very deceptive. We've experienced that, and I hope this isn't another Fairy Gone situation. If anyone remembers, I was hyped for the Fairy Gone trailer, and that anime is a disaster. Yikes. Oh, I picked a bad one there. From what I could gather by reading the synopsis is that Bam, Bella, and Bello are ugly humanoid yokai who fight for justice. Okay. Basically, they go around and protect humans from other evil yokai. Their end goal is to eventually become human. But unfortunately, they do face quite an uphill battle because they are yokai, so they're going to get, fellow yokai are going to look at them as disdain. They're traitors to the yokai race. Humans are going to mistrust them. So obviously, there's going to be some interesting takes in this series. Now, obviously, BEM, weird name for an anime, is going to draw comparisons from Naru Rise of the Yokai Clan, but I do see the potential for a much darker series here, and with Production IG working on BAM, I do have high hopes. Production IG are a really good studio. It's genred as supernatural demon killing, so pretty good genre listing there. Again, let's just hope it's not a fairy villain situation. Number 6. Naka no Hito Jino. I think I butchered that. Irere Akatsuki. Finds out that the game Naka no Hito Jino is actually real, and that one morning he finds that he has been kidnapped, as well as other students who all have different specializations in puzzle games, cultivation games, fighting games, etc, etc, etc. Once clearing the first level, a llama-headed teacher appears and explains the situation to them. Now this is the type of anime that I can get. Obviously, another anime that's going to draw comparisons to two other very large one very large franchise and probably one very unknown franchise. That being Danganronpa. I played the game, but I haven't finished the first game. I got to do that. And of course, a manga that I do highly recommend, Kami-sama no Itori. I'll show you some images to kind of see some of the comparisons, especially for Kami-sama. I don't think this is a bad thing at all, but again, I do like this type of genre. You know, people are kind of whisked away and they have to complete like puzzles or games to survive. So I do think this type of genre is very good, and if it can hit the quality of some of these other series that I've seen, I think we're in for a really good time. Now, by the looks of it, I don't think it's going to be as brutal as the previously mentioned series. I don't think so at all. Again, I'm hoping that this anime doesn't turn into another Osama game or King's game. I don't know if anyone remembers that anime. That was dog shit. And with a studio that I'm not overly familiar with, I am a little bit apprehensive, but again, you've just got to hope that it's going to work out. I really do like this type of anime, so hopefully this works out. Number 5. Skill teaser, Takagi-san, the second season. This anime follows both Takagi and Nishikata. Both have a crush on one another, so it's kind of like a bit of a high school rom-com series. They're also really good friends. They've known each other for a long time. Takagi happens to be an expert teaser and is always thinking of ways or putting together plans on how to tease Nishikata and kind of embarrass him. But she's not doing it in overly nasty ways. You know, it's I guess you could say elementary school teasing stuff. It's nothing really. This isn't any like a crazy in-depth story, crazy in-depth romance story. It's nothing like that. It's just a tease of the week type story, seeing these characters interact with each other, but it's simple, it's cute, and it's interesting to see the ways that Takagi-san goes to tease Nishikata, and I do enjoy it. Again, it's only 12 episodes, it's not a huge investment, but obviously you'd have to, well, actually you don't have to see the first season, you could just go straight into the second season, but I do recommend the first season. I will say this, I do want to see Nishikata get some well-deserved payback against Takagi, because he did not do a good job of trying to get payback on her. So I'm hoping that this season there might be a little bit of redemption for him. But again, I do recommend this series. It's a nice, simple little one. Number 4, Are You Lost? When I saw the trailer, I immediately knew I was going to watch this anime. Basically, a bunch of high school girls who survived a plane crash and are now on a deserted island and have to survive until they are rescued. I just love that premise. I think that premise has so much right off the bat. Now, this anime looks like it has some really kind of crazy type of anime humor. You know, I think that's always a good thing to seek out. And apparently, it's also genred as a seinen, which really shocked me. So, you know, I wonder how, brutal this series is going to get, how much it's going to push the envelope. It has got me curious. So, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Don't judge me. Oh boy, I can already hear the curls of pervert already, but whatever. Number 3, Is It Wrong That I Want to Meet You in a Dungeon? The second season. Continuing on with the adventures of Belle, whose goal is to keep progressing deeper and deeper into the dungeon and achieve the first-class adventurer title that he's been longing for and gain the affection of a certain powerful sword princess, Ais. Now, it's been a long time since the first season came out. I mean, it's been like a couple of years. I'll check. It's been 4 years? 2015? Holy shit, it's been that long? Wow, okay, what can I say? Well, whatever. It's been a while, and I do look forward to seeing this anime again, as I'm a huge fan of the first season. I think it's got everything. It's usually well animated, there's a lot of action. I love seeing Belle. I do hate the main character's name. I do like seeing Belle continue to get stronger. He has to acquire better gear and has to recruit more people for his party to eventually, keep going deeper into the dungeon. It's getting taller, going up levels. I can't remember if it's going up levels or going to the dungeon. I do apologize, I can't remember that. But I do love the ensemble cast of characters. I like Ais, the Sword Princess's party, the very colourful representation of characters. Hestia is Hestia's best girl. What a lovely little thing. You love seeing her interaction with Belle. You like seeing, what's their little elf girl's name? It's been too long. But again, another another series. Honestly, I would say this is probably one of those anime you have to see. Even if maybe you don't like it, I still think you have to give this kind of anime a chance. So, seeing the second season come back is a great time to watch the first season. It's only 12 episodes. I'm going to assume the second season is also going to be 12. So, again, highly recommend this anime series. Number 2, Dr. Stone. Now, I know, I so badly wanted to put Dr. Stone at the number 1 spot. Unfortunately, there was another anime that had to take number 1, and I'm pretty sure people are going to guess what it is. Now, Dr. Stone is a series that I have been reading for a while now, and I have been looking forward to an anime adaptation for quite some time. To finally get it is fantastic. Cannot wait. Now, I'll explain the story of Dr. Stone. Start off with this kid, Senku. He's in high school, right? Now, this is a shonen. Thing is, Senku has no combat ability whatsoever. Weak as piss. But his superpower, if you will, is his raw intelligence, his intellect, his general knowledge, his ability to invent and craft things, put together scientific equations, mathematical equations, all these things. That's his superpower, right? Then one day, a mysterious light appears and turns everyone to stone. Everyone. Everyone in the world, as far as he can gather. Now, several millennia later, he's freed from his stone prison. I want to explain how. And he has to use his intelligence to basically fix the world, break people free of the stone themselves, make the world from a Stone Age, a primitive age, and bring it back up to what the modern era had. That's the goal of the series. Now, I can't stress how unique and different this series feels. And once the ensemble cast make their appearance, this series will only get better. For those that kind of worry that it kind of sounds a little boring, don't worry. There's plenty of comedy, there is action, there is conflict. I think some of the inventions or scientific explanations are really well done and quite interesting. I don't know how valid some of them are. You'd have to talk to someone who's knowledgeable about that, or look it up yourself. But again, there's a lot to this series. There's more than meets the eye, and it just takes a bit of time to build. I will admit, it takes. I remember putting the series on hold when I got to chapter 20. Then when I was encouraged to keep reading, not regret that decision at all. And with TMS Entertainment making Dr. Stone, and they have a really solid catalogue. TMS Entertainment have made some great anime over time. I really feel that this just is going to make it a quality adaptation of the Dr. Stone series. And I definitely feel that this could be a potential anime of the season candidate, and maybe an anime of the year candidate. But we'll have to see. Honorable mentions. Will you please like hentai if it's cute? That's the name of the anime. Now, I only have one anime this season in this category. I didn't find there was a lot of anime that really caught my eye this season, which isn't a bad thing, if we're being honest. You can't watch everything. A lot of stuff is kind of just average. Will you please like hentai if it's cute? Seems like a typical harem ecchi series. The main character, he's in some sort of ridiculous situation. A lot of girls around him, and he has to navigate over the awkwardness and the embarrassment, or whatever's going to happen. I'm not expecting much with this show, but, you never know. It could be a sleeper hit of the season, but it's my only honorable mention. Will you please like hentai if it's cute? Man, that's a weird title. Ugh. Number 1, Vinland Motherfucking Saga. Yes, this is my most anticipated show of the season. Honestly, ever since I read the manga, it's years ago now, I've wanted to see an anime adaptation for this series. I remember when the Joroshe, if everyone's familiar with the Joroshe, was talking about some anime that he's reading, and one of them was Vinland Saga. I cannot thank him enough. I remember he put me on to One Punch Man, he put me on to Vinland Saga and Slam Dunk. Great choices, great anime manga right there. And I wanted this adaptation. Finally getting it. Oh man, dreams do come true, folks. Dreams do come true. The story is set obviously back in history. It's set during the Viking era, due to the fact of, I think, in the 8th or 9th century. So this is where they start trying to kind of push into England. They're invading England, they're doing a lot of raiding in England, getting to the point where they're getting close to conquering England. I think they're probably a century away from that. So obviously you're going to get a lot of Viking action. It's already appealing to folks. The story follows around a young boy named Thorfinn. Thorfinn. I used to call him Thorfinn, but apparently it's Thorfinn. Maybe that's also wrong, but let's just say he's Thorfinn for now. Whose goal is to get revenge by killing the man known as Askeladd. Now, Askeladd is also known as Askeladd the Great in the manga translation that I read, so I don't know if that's changed or not. Obviously, I don't want to reveal too much, because I know it's going to sound kind of boring. What's so good about it? It's a basic revenge story. I have to limit what I say, because if I say too much, I'll spoil stuff, and I do not want to spoil this series for anyone. Let's just say it has so much depth to it, and I think there's going to be a point that I think people might be a little shocked in the direction it goes in. We won't reach there. I'm pretty sure we won't reach there, because it's already been confirmed for 24 episodes. So I'm thinking it's basically going to cover the first arc. That first arc to me is legendary, and it might be the best arc in Vinland Saga or the second best arc. I haven't really thought about that. So that's already Again, that first arc is just legendary. Again, has a great amount of depth, great action, interesting story, great character. I mean, it just lifts off some of the characters here that we have. We have my boy, Thorfinn. Not my favorite character, but he's my second favorite. And his father, Thors, or known as the Troll of Jon. Oh, love me some Thors. I can't wait. I can't wait for a particular moment. And another great character, Thorkel the Tall. I think people are going to love him. I think he's going to be people's favourite character. I could just see it. Again, Askeladd's really good. There's another character that his name's escaped me. Haven't seen him in a long time in the manga. There's obviously other characters that I can't say because of spoiler reasons. But again, great characters, great action. I think the music's going to be stellar because a really good thing about this is which studio is making this anime now. I think they did a terrific job with Attack on Titan, and I think so the music's going to be good. I think the animation's going to be top notch. I did notice, looking at the trailers, and obviously I'd be showing this to you, it does seem to be a little bit of CGI in the mix there, which does concern me. I remember Attack on Titan, second season, I think, in the second season part 2, I think, had a bit of CGI, so obviously that's a bit of a concern. I don't think it'd be too much, but, you know, I see CGI get some, Berserk 2016 PTSD, so I'm a little concerned about that, but I think it's going to be a minor issue. Again, I cannot recommend this series. I want everyone to watch this show. I want people to buy the Blu-ray. I want people to buy the manga. I want them to realize that they're going to make a second season for this thing because it deserves it. It's a quality anime. I think people are going to say Vagabond deserves an anime. So does Vinland Saga. So, hopefully people love the shit out of this series. And I'm going to be screaming at the rooftops to get people to watch. You can tell I'm really into this series. Like, oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait. I'm going to be overhyping people, I know. I can't wait. Well, anyway, that brings me to the end of another top 10 anime that I'll be watching for the summer 2019 season. Hopefully, most of these shows, they'll pan out, and I hope Vinland Saga dominates, just destroys the competition. I hope Dr. Stone does well too. I think those two are definitely going to be anime of the season, maybe candidates for anime of the year. Obviously, JoJo, Dororo, probably a few other series. I'll have to put them together. Are going to be contenders, but I think this is going to be the best season of the year. It's shaping up to be, in all honesty. What else is there to say? Oh god, I can't wait for Vinland Saga. What's the day? It was July. Let me look. I'm going to look for you folks. I don't know if I'll edit this out. It's going to be really quick because when you really like manga and you got the anime coming out, you just can't wait. July 8th. Man, this is great. This is great. Thank you so much for putting up with me fanboying here at the end. I appreciate you watching. Leave a like, comment, tell me what you're watching, tell me if you're interested in anything. Yeah, hopefully it's a great season, and thank you. This is the King Killer signing out.